Alright, we're on the draw. And I can see a reason to keep this hand. I'm also can see reasons to not keep this hand. We got 3 lands and a Muldrifter, and we got 2 anti-combat cards, plus an Ephemerate. If we find colored mana, this hand is fantastic. But we could also just ship it back and try to get a normal hand with Astrolabe or Prism, a couple lands. I'm just going to keep. Against a mulligan, maybe our opponent mulls to infinity, maybe they don't. But they keep a good 6. We have out to just draw an island, and our hand's perfectly reasonable. A Prism in our hand's fantastic. Hello, old friend. I haven't seen you in ages. They're playing the wrong art, but that's fine. Dear Lord. My opponent has gone deep for this challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and play a mine. If I rip a prism and just slam it and then draw into a plant, that'll be fine. Also, my opponent's draw is far too slow to beat Dignitary Ephemerate, assuming I eventually draw a blue mana. Well, not so much so far. What? So it's 3 mana. Well, you can use that instant speed, right? Yeah. So it's Feralification, but also a 2/2 flyer. Again, though, too slow. I'm not going to play Dignitary next turn. Ooh, wait a second. I might have to play Dignitary. Guardian's Pledge kills me, right? Yeah, I'm going to play Dignitary. I can get Mana Tithed, which is what I didn't want to play this for, but if they play Guardian's Pledge, all white creatures get +2/+2, then I would die, and I would prefer not to die. Anyway, let's win the game now. So Guardian's Pledge hits me for 7. Alright. I think I'll play Trinket Mage rather than Ephemerating my Dignitary. Maybe I'll come back to bite me, but yeah, get a map. Turn after I can go map, get plant, play Dignitary, and hold up Ephemerate. 10. I'm also not dead to removal spell plus pledge. Dead to end turn creature plus pledge, but did not have that. Alright. Cool. No Guardian's Pledge. Alright. Opponent should be very well cooked by now. Let's do it this way. I get to hold up Dispel plus Ephemerate, or rather, Dispel or Ephemerate. Oh no, I get both. I have two Astrolabes. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna swing with 4/2 with this Trinket Mage. I'm happy trading it for Javelineers. Trading it for 2 counters. Not gonna Ephemerate, this seems poor. Alright, I'm gonna Ephemerate in a turn. Oh. Huh. It's a Rebels mix deck, I guess? If my opponent didn't play that and didn't play the land, they could have had Mana Tithe plus Stave Off, and in that case, I'm still going to win the game, so. Didn't feel the need to do much else other than slam my things. Go ahead and play a Muldrifter. Looking for a wall to lock the game up. Or a horror, I guess. Comes close enough. Muldrifter. And I suppose I'll hold up Teachings and or Dispel plus Flicker. Opponent has this combat to skip and the next one. I don't care. They can do whatever they want. I assume it's the 1/1 flying rebel. To search up for 3-drops. No, that'll be fun too. Alright. Go ahead and Teachings for another Ephemerate, I believe. Oh, did they find the Mana Tithe? Nice. Alright, cool. Don't have to worry about that anymore, at least. Oh. That'll win the game eventually, but we'll get to that in a second. Could bounce both Rebel Searchers. Yeah, that seems fine. I have not played a land this turn. Let this happen. Whatever. Okay. Well. Oh, okay. I was gonna bounce this and kill it, but didn't matter. Opponent is extremely dead. Now, put in this gut shot. They've got a bunch of X1s that I want to kill. Probably put in Lone Missionaries. Probably Shattering Pulse. Don't want any Blast or the Mountain. Dispel seems horrendous. Well, it actually does seem horrendous. It just seems bad. Condescending also seems bad. I gotta imagine they got Guardian's Pledge or Ramosian Rally or Rally of the Peasants. Some sort of way of just overrunning. And Dispel can counter that, but well, a lot of things can counter that. Definitely want all anti-combat cards. Don't need all the horrors, but I would prefer more than... If I can keep both in, that would lead to a lot of less shenanigans where they somehow answer my horror and then I just have to compulsive them blind or whatever. I'll put in Shattering Pulse when I know they got something that I care about pulsing. I'm going to cut a Flicker. Cut the Condescend on the... Cut the Dispel on the draw. Condescend or Pulse. I think Condescend is more likely to get me an extra turn when it matters. This is not like Stompy. They do have stuff they're using their mana on. This is keepable. Like any Snowland, and I have Astrolabe into Moment's Peace, so I can't mulligan it, but I can see why people would mulligan it. Like if I just don't draw a Snowland or a Prism or a map, my hand does nothing, so. Scoot. Yeah. Alright, alright. They can't search yet. Sure. Got gut shot for that. Well, got Tron. Definitely glad I have both horrors in, at least. They have the Guardian's Pledge? No, okay. Well, I can't gut shot that anymore. I guess I have to find a horror eventually. Or I could just die. That works too. Go to 4. If they don't have any pump spells, then I have a little bit of time if I rip immediately. If they have another pump spell, I'm likely dead even if I rip. No? Alright. Sure. This card does nothing, except for gut shot. Well, we're dead anyway. Didn't have an anti-combat card. or didn't have the ability to cast an anti-combat card. There's Prism. Alright, few cards down. I'm gonna just put the Pulse in, gonna keep the Condescend. So I'll cut another, I guess I'll cut a Moldrifter. Flicker seems good still. Condescend and Prohibit, and are just going to be good cards, and Pulse Marasa to gain life and let you continue to play through a Suture Priest seems fine. Well, we finally have a hand we can mulligan, and we have a hand we can keep. Again, well, we're going to put back Horror, but this hand could go horrible if I just never find a Snowland or a Prism or a map, which sometimes you don't have one of those in the top 17 cards and you just die. But I'm going to go ahead and draw my card, because if I drew a Snowland, I would like to just Astrolabe and pay for the gut shot. But instead, just going to kill that. We do have a Horror on the bottom, so we are going to need to shuffle our library at some point. And we also need to draw a Snowland or a Prism or a map at some point in this match. But, you know, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just never draw one of those cards. Sure. Boom. This is a land, at least. Hitting another, like, wall or something would have been a much worse draw. Because at least now I can go Astrolabe and then chain some things. But it would have been nice to have stuff. Alright. Kabam! Good enough. See if we draw a land off of this. Kabam! Did not draw a land, but we get to Condescend for 0 if they play something. And then hopefully we can draw a relevant card off of that. Or rather, scry into a relevant card off of that. Suture Priest at least does not deal with artifacts. I can just play as many Astrolabes as I want. They have the Guardian's Pledge this time. That sucks. I see what they're gonna pay. There's a Snowland. Teachings for Pulse. Yeah, gonna need to do that at some point. I'm gonna have to hit Tron after that Teachings, but I get to go Astrolabe, and then Moment's Peace. Hopefully will be enough to find something. I might have to pull some Rasa there, Benevolent Bodyguard, to gain 6 life at some point, but well, let's hope that never happens. Alrighty. Go ahead and untap. Try to find a map or a mine. Kabam! Well, yes. If I draw a map or mine next turn, I'm not dead. Kabam. Sure. That's a weird card to have, but okay. So if I draw a map, a mine, I get to Teachings for Pulse, or Moment's Peace, Flashback Teachings for something else. We have failed to do so. Instead, we have to just run out Dignitary. I go to 1, and then the turn after we have to draw an untapped land. I guess all my lands not coming to play untapped, but if we draw an untapped land, we get to Teachings for a Moment's Peace, and then try to find Tron to go off from there. Did my opponent just not get to side out cards or something? Like, there's some really bad cards here. Kabam! Alright, well, GG's. I'm going to kill myself. A little bit too terrible my draws, but, well, we're 3-3. Kind of lost to a 90% matchup or something, but that happens. Fortunately, didn't happen in a scenario where it really mattered. Here's some Tron. Don't think that hand was a mulligan. Maybe the hand game 2 was a mulligan, but again, there are so many draws where if I just don't draw nothing, I get to just win the game outright. And I think that's worth keeping those hands. The 6 in game 3, definitely a keep. Going to 5 when you have the potential to the nuts is insanity. And I just happened to miss for 5 draws or whatever. Just took a little bit too long. If they didn't have the Guardian's Pledge, I would have had substantially more life to work with. If I were at, say, 15 instead of 3, I would be able to just play the second Snowhorn, and then next turn, even if I miss again, I have Teachings for Ephemerate. But we whiffed pretty badly, and we were slain, and we have perished. But still not out. We can go 4-3, try to squeak in top 64 here, and get ourselves a bunch of chests. So wish us luck.